the Siddhasana. Please hold Brahma Mudra. Place your right palm over the left palm. Palms facing upwards, loosely placed in the middle of your lap. Those of you wearing glasses, please keep them aside. Please close your eyes. We will say the invocation together. Asato ma satkamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityormamritangamaya. Shanti Shanti Shanti. Please slowly open your eyes. Creating a conducive atmosphere within is very important to set the right context for the practices. How to go about this? We will hear from Sadhguru.
Now, for you, morning Shambhavi is pleasant for some time, and by the time you reach your workplace, it's gone. Evening Shambhavi is pleasant in the office, by the time you come home, it's gone. So you need a little heavier dose. So every hour, you give yourself a crash course in inner engineering. Before Shambhavi, you give yourself a 2-minute crash course. Just remind yourself of a few things. All the rules are my rules. Wherever I am, the situations in which I exist, the rules of the situation are my rules. I am responsible for everything. What is there right now is all there is, it cannot be any other way. I am not this body, I am not this mind, and I am a mother to the world. Just remind yourself, it takes 2 minutes, consciously, not just as thoughts, consciously. 6 o'clock, reminder. 7 o'clock, another inner engineering crash course. Every hour you take it. Suppose you're so messed up, you take it every half an hour. Yes, it just takes a minute. Just takes a minute for everybody. You just need the reminder. If you just live like that every moment, fantastic. Obviously, if it's wearing out within a period of time, you're not living like that. If you remind yourself every hour, you will see it will last through the day. It would be best if you remind yourself every moment. But if you're not that aware, at least once an hour, you do that and see, it'll work wonderfully. See, if something works here, you must understand, if it's not working there, you need to employ it there also, isn't it? Because this is about you, this is not about something else. If I'm sitting here and if I use this, it's working within me. When I go out, if it's not working, simply because I've forgotten, isn't it? Remind yourself.
You can now give yourself a crash course of inner engineering. Consciously remind yourself about the tools of inner engineering. Not just as thoughts, but consciously look at each one of them. Sadhguru will guide you through this. Please close your eyes.
Every hour, give yourself a crash course in inner engineering. Before Shambhavi, you give yourself a 2-minute crash course. Just remind yourself of a few things. Just remind yourself, it takes 2 minutes, consciously, not just as thoughts, consciously. You do that and see, it'll work wonderfully. Remind yourself, all the rules are my rules. I am responsible for everything. What is there right now is all there is, it cannot be any other way. I am not this body, I am not this mind. And I am a mother to the world.
Please slowly open your eyes. We will now start with the practices. We will first do the preparatory asanas, then Shambhavya Mahamudra Kriya. We will start with the preparatory asanas now. First are Patangasana and Shishupalasana. We will review the instructions. Please don't do it yet. Patangasana, you put the soles of your feet together. Clasp your hands over your toes. Pull your heels close to you. Close your eyes and wing your legs. You do this for 2 minutes. Then Shishupalasana. 2 minutes for the right leg and 2 minutes for the left leg. We will do these together now. Those of you wearing glasses, please remove them. I will keep the timings for you. Let's start. Patangasana. Please close your eyes. Patangasana. Shishupalasana, right leg. Switch to the left leg. Shishupalasana, left leg. Please relax. Slowly open your eyes. The third preparatory asana is the Nadi Vibhajan or cat stretch. Do you remember the instructions? We will now review the instructions again along with the demonstration. Posture 1. This posture is like a table. All the four legs of a table are parallel to each other and perpendicular to the ground. Palms are flat on the ground and in line with your shoulders. Knees are apart and in line with your palms. Big toes are touching, not overlapping. Keep your spine as flat as you can. Your head and spine are in one straight line. Breathing is slightly deeper than normal. Eyes are closed. Two, as you exhale, tuck your head in. Spine arches upward. 3. As you inhale, your head comes up. Spine arches downward. 4. As you exhale, tuck your head in. Right knee goes to your forehead. Elbows are straight. Right foot is pointed and off the ground. 5. As you inhale, take your right leg back. Head comes up. Spine arches downward. Right knee is straight. Foot pointed. In this position, only the right side of the body is tense. The left side is loose and relaxed. 6. As you exhale, tuck your head in. Right leg comes down to the original position. Left knee goes to the forehead. Left foot is pointed and off the ground. Elbows are straight. 7. As you inhale, take your left leg back. Head comes up, spine arches downward. Left knee is straight, foot pointed. In this position, only the left side of the body is tense. The right side should be loose and relaxed. 8. As you exhale, tuck your head in. Left leg comes to the original position. Spine arches upward. 9. As you inhale, your head comes up. Spine arches downward. 10. As you exhale, come back to the starting position. We will review the breathing in Nadi Vibhajan. So, whenever your spine arches up, you exhale. Whenever it arches down, you inhale. So, when you do Nadi Vibhajan, as you transition from one posture to another, it will be alternate exhalation, inhalation, exhalation, inhalation. Once you reach the posture, the breathing is slightly deeper than normal. Please note that when you are doing Nadi Vibhajan, you never hold your breath. You make the alternate breathing during transitions, and then once you reach the posture, the breathing is slightly deeper than normal. You continue breathing. Do not hold your breath in at any point during Nadi Vibhajan. Now, we will be doing 3 cycles of Nadi Vibhajan along with the instructions. Please come to the starting position. If you are wearing glasses, please remove them. Please orient yourselves sideways as shown in this slide. 1. Table position. All the 4 legs of the table are parallel to each other and perpendicular to the ground. Palms are flat on the ground and in line with your shoulders. Knees are apart and in line with your palms. Big toes are touching. Keep your spine as flat as you can. Your head and spine are in one straight line. Breathing is slightly deeper than normal. Eyes closed. 2. As you exhale, tuck your head in. Spine arches upward. 3. As you inhale, your head comes up. Spine arches downward. 4. As you exhale, tuck your head in. Right knee goes to your forehead. Keep your right foot pointed and off the ground. 5. As you inhale, take your right leg back. Head comes up. Spine arches downward. Right knee is straight. Foot pointed. Only the right side of the body is tense. The left side is loose and relaxed. 6. As you exhale, tuck your head in. Right leg comes down to the original position. Left knee goes to the forehead. Elbows are straight. Left foot is pointed and off the ground. 7. As you inhale, take your left leg back. Head comes up. Spine arches downward. Left knee is straight. Foot pointed. 8. As you exhale, tuck your head in. Left leg comes down to the original position. Spine arches upward. 9. As you inhale, your head comes up. Spine arches downward. 10. As you exhale, come back to the starting position. Second cycle. 1. Table position. Arms and legs are parallel to each other and perpendicular to the ground. Palms are flat on the ground and in line with your shoulders. Knees are apart and in line with your palms. Big toes are touching, not overlapping. Keep your spine as flat as you can. Breathing is slightly deeper than normal. Eyes closed. 2. As you exhale, tuck your head in. Spine arches upward. 3. As you inhale, your head comes up. Spine arches downward. 4. As you exhale, tuck your head in. Right knee goes to your forehead. Right foot is pointed and off the ground. 5. As you inhale, take your right leg back. Head comes up. Spine arches downward. Right knee is straight. Foot pointed. 6. As you exhale, tuck your head in. Right leg comes down to the original position. Left knee goes to the forehead. Keep your left foot pointed and off the ground. 7. As you inhale, take your left leg back. Head comes up. Spine arches downward. Left knee is straight. Foot pointed. 8. As you exhale, tuck your head in. Spine arches upward. Left leg is back to the original position. 9. As you inhale, your head comes up. Spine arches downward. 10. As you exhale, come back to the starting position. Third cycle. 1. Table position. Arms and legs are parallel to each other and perpendicular to the ground. Breathing is slightly deeper than normal. Eyes closed. 2. As you exhale, head in, spine up. 3. As you inhale, head up, spine down. 4. As you exhale, right knee to the forehead. 5. As you inhale, head and right leg up, spine down. 6. As you exhale, left knee to the forehead. 7. As you inhale, head and left leg up, spine down. 8. As you exhale, head in, spine up. 9. As you inhale, head up, spine down. 10. As you exhale, starting position. Please relax. Please slowly open your eyes. So these are the 3 preparatory asanas. Now, next is Shambhavia Mahamudra Kriya. We will review the instructions for Shambhavia Mahamudra Kriya and then we will do the practice together. First is Sukha Kriya. How to do Sukha Kriya? You're sitting in Ardha Siddhasana. Use your right hand only. The left hand rests on your lap, palm facing upward, loosely placed in the middle of your lap. Use the thumb and the little finger. The other 3 fingers are held straight and relaxed. Close the right nostril with the thumb. Exhale through the left nostril. Then inhale through the left nostril. Now, close the left nostril and open the right. Exhale through the right. Then inhale through the right. Again, close the right nostril and open the left. Exhale through the left. Like this, you continue. So when you do Sukha Kriya, you remember 2 points. You start and end the Kriya with an exhalation through the left nostril. And you change nostril only after inhalation. You breathe slowly and gently. And it must be a complete exhalation and a complete inhalation. The ideal Sukha Kriya is so gentle that if you hold a feather beneath your nostril, the hair of the feather should not even flutter or vibrate during exhalation. If you cannot do it that slowly, do it as slowly and gently as it is possible for you. You do it being absolutely focused on the breath. We do Sukha Kriya for 6 to 7 minutes. Then hold Yoga Mudra and utter the sound Am 21 times. How to hold Yoga Mudra? Yoga Mudra means the tips of your thumb and pointing finger are touching and forming a circle. You must ensure that it is the very tips that are touching, not like this or like this. It should be the very tips that are touching. The other 3 fingers are held straight and relaxed. All 4 fingers are side by side touching. Ensure that there is no gap here. All the 4 fingers should be together. Keep it mudra palms facing upwards upon your thighs. This is Yoga Mudra. Only the mudra should be tight. The rest of your arms and shoulders should be loose and relaxed. Keep the elbows close to the body. Sitting in Ardha Siddhasana, holding Yoga Mudra, keeping your eyes closed, you will utter the sound Am 21 times. How to utter Am is, open your mouth wide enough and utter the sound Ah. Continue uttering the sound and slowly close your mouth. It becomes Oo and Ma by itself. Ah, Oo and Ma should be uttered for an approximately equal amount of time. When you utter the sound Am, notice the vibrations moving from just below the navel to the tip of the nose. Next is Viprita Shvasa or fluttering of the breath. You get your breath into a flutter. It is just that you have to get your breath into something like a tremble, just at the very edge of your nostrils. It should be both in and out. And you are maintaining the focus between your eyebrows. During Viprita Shvasa, you keep your face slightly upturned with the focus between your eyebrows. If you keep your face slightly upturned, there is a natural focus between your eyebrows. Have you noticed this? So, maintaining this focus between your eyebrows with your face slightly upturned, you get your breath into a flutter. You do the fluttering for about 3 to 4 minutes. Then, maintaining the focus between your eyebrows, you engage the bandhas or the locks. How to engage the bandhas is you take a deep inhalation. Then take your head back, tuck your chin in, bring it down. This is the neck lock. As soon as you do this, pull the stomach in. This is the diaphragm lock. Then consciously constrict and pull your anal muscles up and hold them like this. This is Mooladhara Bandha or the anal lock. You stay there in the fullness of breath as long as it is comfortable for you. When you feel like exhaling, first bring your head up and exhale. The diaphragm lock and the anal lock are still intact. After the exhalation is complete, again take your head back, tuck your chin in, bring it down. Now you're locking it upon the emptiness. Stay there as long as it is comfortable for you. When you feel like inhaling, first bring your head up and inhale. Only after the inhalation is complete, you relax the diaphragm. Only after you relax the diaphragm, you release the anal lock. So when you engage the locks, first is neck lock, then diaphragm lock, and then anal lock. When you release the locks, first is neck lock, then diaphragm lock, and then anal lock. It must happen in this order. After the bandhas, you continue to keep your face slightly upturned, mild focus between your eyebrows, and keeping your eyes closed, you watch the natural movement of your breath. There is no need to breathe in any particular way. Just watch the natural flow of the breath. You are focused between the eyebrows and you're also conscious about the natural flow of your breath. You sit like this for about 5 to 6 minutes. I will repeat Shambhavi. You do Sukha Kriya sitting in Ardha Siddhasana for 6 to 7 minutes. Then you utter the sound Am holding Yoga Mudra. You utter this sound 21 times. Next is Viprita Shvasa or fluttering of the breath. You do this for about 3 to 4 minutes. Then, maintaining the focus between your eyebrows, engage the bandhas or the locks. After the bandhas, continue watching the natural movement of your breath for 5 to 6 minutes. Now, we will do the practice together. I will keep the timings for you. Please wait for my instructions before you move to the next step. After the bandhas or the locks, you continue sitting with your eyes closed and watch the natural movement of your breath. Those of you who are wearing glasses, please remove them. Please sit in Ardha Siddhasana. Please close your eyes. Let's start Sukha Kriya. Sukha Kriya. Yoga Mudra. Viparita Shvasa, fluttering of the breath. Bandhas, engage the locks. Please slowly open your eyes. Slowly open your eyes. Now, before we look at your questions, we will look at some important points to remember while doing the practices. When you are doing Sukha Kriya, you remember 2 points. You start and end the Kriya with an exhalation through the left nostril. And you change nostril only after inhalation. Now we will look at a few corrections for Sukha Kriya. There is a tendency for the fingers to come apart. Ensure all the 3 fingers are together and pointing straight up. Do not rest the fingers on the face. Keep the fingers away from the face. Do not keep the head down. Keep the head straight. Make sure your face is not tilted to one side. Your head should be straight. Do not tense or raise the right shoulder. Keep the right shoulder and arm loose and relaxed. Do not place your left hand on the thigh. The left hand should be loosely placed in your lap, palm facing upwards. Do not breathe forcefully or fast. You breathe as slowly and gently as it is possible for you. In fluttering of the breath, ensure that you do not keep your head straight. Your head should be slightly upturned. Do not breathe forcefully or deeply. You must get your breath into a flutter as rapidly as you can and as much on the surface as you can. Do not breathe in installments. It should be alternate exhalation and inhalation as rapidly as you can, as much on the surface as you can. Ensure that it is both inhalation and exhalation. You have to breathe as rapidly as you can, just as much on the surface as you can. We will look at a few corrections for bandhas now. When engaging the neck lock, some of you are doing it with a jerk. It should happen as one fluid motion without any jerk. When engaging the neck lock, some of you are bringing your head down without tucking your chin in. You take your head back, tuck your chin in, and then bring it down. When engaging the neck lock, some of you are taking your head back and holding it there for some time. You take your head back, tuck your chin in, and bring it down. These three movements should happen as one fluid motion. Some of you are releasing all the locks at once. The locks must be released in this order. First release the neck lock, then diaphragm lock, and then anal lock. When you release the locks, first is neck lock, then diaphragm lock, and then anal lock. Do not force yourself to stay in the fullness of emptiness of breath for too long. You stay as long as it is comfortable for you. When you feel like inhaling, you first bring your head up and inhale or exhale. Now, if you have any questions related to the practices, you can post your questions in the chat. So, James is asking, I cannot hold the emptiness of breath as long as the fullness of breath. What to do? So, for many of you, it would be the same. It is fine if you are able to hold fullness of breath for a longer period than the emptiness. It is okay. Andrea is asking, how do we measure time when we are alone? So, these problems of timing will only be initially. After a few weeks of practice, you will get an understanding of the timing. So, to support you in the beginning, there is the support of guided mandala app. Once a day, you can do the practice along with the app. The app will keep the timings for you. And the second time, you do it on your own. As you continue to do the practice, you will get this understanding of the timing. Alessandro is asking, should Yoga Mudra be held the entire time from arm onwards? Yes. So once you hold Yoga Mudra, when you start arm chanting, you continue holding Yoga Mudra till the 21 minutes of Kriya is over. You release Yoga Mudra only when you open your eyes. Alisa has asked, do you have to do preparatory practices when you do a second day of practice? Yes. So for the first 40 days, it would be best that you do the preparatory practices every time, both the times you do the practice. The preparatory practices have benefits of their own, and they also open up your system to prepare for the Kriya. There is a question from Valerie. Is it necessary to hold the mudra during fluttering breath and locks? Yes. So Yoga Mudra, you must hold once you start arm chanting and continue holding it when you are doing fluttering bandhas and watching the natural movement of the breath. Release Yoga Mudra only after the Kriya is finished. Christina has asked, is it possible to chant Am mentally too? For example, when I am traveling and mentally visualize the other practices. So the process of visualization, it is only for the preparatory practices, the Patangasana, Shishupalasana and Nadi Vibhajan. And you must only visualize when it is really not possible to do the practice, or if there is a health condition because of which you cannot do the practice. You do not visualize any step of Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya. You must do it. So when you are traveling, if possible, you can just request the person who is sitting next to you that I will be doing some practice and there will be a slight sound. Usually, most of them will be okay with it. If the situation is such that you cannot chant Am very loudly, you can reduce the volume a little to the extent that you are still able to notice the vibrations. So you must only reduce it to a volume that you can still notice the vibrations. Do not do it silently. Baljit has asked, I struggle to do the chin tuck. So the body will struggle with doing the bandhas properly for a few days. It is fine. Right now, you do as best as you can, and it will come with practice. Sheel has asked, how can I do fluttering better? I am gasping at times. So, if you are facing difficulty while fluttering, please ensure 2 points. One, that it should be both inhalation and exhalation as rapidly as you can, as much on the surface as you can. If you do more exhalations and skip the inhalations, you may feel out of breath for after some time. So ensure that it is both inhalation and exhalation, and it should be alternate inhalation and exhalation on the surface. When is the best time in sequence to do Upayoga Isha Kriya with Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya? So you can start with Upayoga, then do Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya, and then Isha Kriya. During arm chanting, are the inhalations through the mouth or the nose? Pedro has asked this. So, Pedro, when you are chanting arm, you exhale into the sound of arm, and then the inhalation happens naturally through the nose. You do not inhale through the mouth. Angela has asked, is it normal that during the breath vibration, I feel like my legs and arms are falling asleep? So, whatever is happening naturally when you are doing the practice, it is okay. You can let it be. So, Larissa has asked that after releasing the locks, I feel there is a difficulty. So, is there a mistake? So, if you're feeling a discomfort after releasing the locks, just ensure that you only hold the locks for as long as it is comfortable for you on the fullness and emptiness of breath. Do not go beyond your point of comfort. Only as long as it is comfortable, you hold the breath and then come out of the lock. After practicing, is it necessary to take a shower? Warm water or cold water? So, it would be best that if you can take a shower before the practice and then sit for the practice, and take a cold water shower before you start the practice. If cold water is not possible, you can do warm water shower as well. After doing the practice, if you're taking shower, you must wait for some time, 15 to 20 minutes for a warm water bath and 25 to 30 minutes for a cold water shower. So there's one more question about the order of preparatory practices. Can this order be changed? And can one do arm before leaving for home and do others do the other practices during the travel? So no, please do not make any changes or new innovations to the Kriya. You must do the Kriya only as it is instructed because this is the way it will work. If you make any changes to the instructions on your own, the it will not work and it could even be harmful. So the sequence is not to be changed. First do Patangasana, then Shishupalasana, then Nadi Vibhajan. Then you start with Shambhavi. Once you start doing Sukha Kriya, you continue doing the practice for 21 minutes and open your eyes only when the practice is over. Raphael has asked, during cat stretching, can we do it faster to avoid holding the breath? So you do Nadi Vibhajan or the cat stretch slowly and gently, focusing on the breath. You can you must hold each posture for equal duration of time. You can adjust your speed accordingly, but do not do it very fast. You have to do it slowly and gently as it is possible for you. Anton has asked, how long do you watch the breath after you finish the bandhas? So during the last step, you watch the natural movement of your breath for 5 to 6 minutes. Benita has asked, because of my work schedule, I have a problem doing Shambhavi in the morning. Is it okay to do it twice? One in midday and another one before sleeping? Yes. So you can adjust the timings of the practice according to your schedules. Just ensure that you follow the necessary conditions for doing the practice. The empty stomach conditions and a minimum of 4 hours of gap between two practices. Also, do not do the practices during midnight. Meena has asked, can I do Shambhavi immediately after waking up in the morning? Should I wait some time? So, as we looked at it, you can do the practices whenever you have time, ensuring that you meet all the necessary conditions to do the practice. Nurkhan has asked, if I practice yogasanas, which one is to practice first? So, if you are doing Hatha Yoga practices like yogasanas or Surya Kriya, you first do Surya Kriya, then yogasanas, then Shambhavi. If you are doing all these practices together at the same time, first you do preparatory asanas, then continue with Hatha Yoga, then continue with Shambhavi. There is no need to repeat the preparatory asanas if you are doing them at the same time. So Victor has asked that I did the practice today with the application, the Mandala app. In that, it feels that Nadi Vibhajan, a lot of time is given in between the postures, and it feels too long. So for some of you, when you practice with the Mandala app, the time of Nadi Vibhajan in the app is more, but you can do it at your own pace. You do not need to wait for the instructions on the app. It is for a few more seconds, which might be difficult for you right now. So this is only to be used once a day because it is important that you do the practice on your own. How long after the session can I eat and when to drink coffee? So you can eat immediately after the practice. but provided what you eat is at room temperature or warmer. If you're having anything cold, refrigerated, you must wait for 30 minutes after doing the practice. And also, for any nervous stimulants like tea or coffee, give a gap of at least 30 minutes before you can have them. Can I do the Kriya on the bed since I don't have a yoga mat? So, you must do the Kriya on a flat surface. You sit comfortably in Ardha Siddhasana. If you don't have a yoga mat, you put something else like a blanket or sheet, anything which helps you sit on the flat surface. On the bed, if you sit, the surface will not be flat and your body will not be level. So you must do the practice on a flat surface. So there are some questions about not being able to sit comfortably in Ardha Siddhasana. So if there is a medical issue, you can sit on the chair with your legs crossed at the ankles, right ankle over the left. But for those of you, if it is just because of the flexibility issues of the body and the initial struggle to settle into this posture, you please use the support of the cushions. Do not hesitate to use the cushions. Use them as long as it is needed. Put the cushions under your thighs also if it is needed and try sitting in Ardha Siddhasana. Also, one important thing is that you continue practicing sitting in Ardha Siddhasana when you are at home. So, when you continue to sit in Ardha Siddhasana for longer periods, it becomes comfortable over a period of time. So, some of you have also asked questions about the bandhas. So, I will repeat the instructions for bandhas once again. How you do bandhas is you are sitting in Ardha Siddhasana, holding Yoga Mudra, and your eyes are closed. You take a full inhalation. After you complete the full inhalation, you take your head back, tuck your chin in, and bring it down. This is neck lock. Then you pull your stomach in. This is the diaphragm lock. After that, constrict the anal muscles and pull them up. This is the anal lock. You stay there in the fullness of breath as long as it is comfortable. Now, when you feel like exhaling, first bring your head up. Exhale through the nostrils. During this time, you do not release the other two locks. The diaphragm lock and anal lock are still applied. You only release the neck lock and exhale. After the exhalation is complete, again take your head back, tuck your chin and bring it down. Now you lock it upon the emptiness of breath. You stay there as long as it is comfortable for you. When you feel like inhaling, first bring your head up and inhale. After the inhalation is complete, then relax the diaphragm and then relax the anal lock. And those of you who still have more questions, we will stay back for 15 minutes after the session is over to take any more questions that you have. You please stay back if possible. So now that you have completed the program, we would like to tell you about a few support systems that are available to you after the program. So we will be offering one more guided practice session tomorrow. This session is at 7 a.m. Central European Summer Time. Also, there is a Mandala feature on the Sadhguru app. Through this guided Mandala feature, you can do Guided Shambhavi Kriya once a day. To access the mandala feature, it is important that you fill the completion form. We will post the link of the completion form on the chat now. Please ensure that you fill the form. Also, we would have sent you a WhatsApp message with a link to join a WhatsApp mandala group. This WhatsApp mandala group is created to support you during the first 40 days of your mandala period. Here in this group, you can ask questions related to the practices, and you will also be updated about various events happening in your region. We also offer monthly satsangs. The satsangs are on the second Saturday of every month. In the satsangs, we come together to do the guided Shambhavi and also meditations and listen to Sadhguru's discourses. Satsangs happen both online and in person. If you have any questions regarding the practices, you can also write to us at support.ishafoundation.org. For those of you who would like to further your spiritual journey, we also offer advanced programs. So, we spoke about Bhava Spandana. This is a way to experience life beyond the limitations of body and mind. If you wish to know more, you can register at isha.co BSP. Sadhguru also offers various aspects of classical Hatha Yoga. To learn more about the programs offered, you can visit isha.co Hatha Yoga. This weekend, the program happened out of the love and commitment of Isha volunteers. Right from the day you have registered, you would have seen how much has gone into making sure that you receive all the necessary support at every step. Volunteering is not about doing a particular activity, it is a certain way of being where you make yourself an offering. If your life has been touched by something beautiful and you would like to offer the same to others, we invite you to take part in various volunteering opportunities. You can volunteer for the in person programs happening near to you, or you can also support the journey of a participant who is going through a Step 7 program. You can do this right from your home. We also invite you to visit us at the Isha Yoga centers. We invite you to visit the Isha Yoga Center in Coimbatore, India, Sadhguru Sanidhi at Bangalore, India, Isha Institute of Inner Sciences, Tennessee, and Isha Yoga Center, Los Angeles. We will now close this session. Those of you who have questions, please stay back if possible. It was wonderful to have all of you today for the guided practice session. We look forward to see you tomorrow and also in the future programs. We will close with the invocation. Please hold Brahma Mudra. Glasses off. Please close your eyes. Asato ma satkamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurmamritangamaya. Shanti Shanti Shanti.